All right. Well, welcome back to another episode of Your Sweetest Life with Stephanie J. I love sharing women who are pursuing their sweetest lives by, pursuing their passion, doing what they love, telling other people about it. That's my passion, to tell other people's stories or let them tell their stories. So I am really excited to have, for a second time at the Sweet Life Cafe, Shar Halliburton. Shar, can you tell them a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Hello, everybody. My name is Shar Halliburton. I am a certified success coach. I'm an author, speaker, publisher, and I am a woman in everyday woman that is making my dreams come true. One of the biggest things that I talk about is procrastination, because I was that procrastinator that waited for so many years to follow my dreams because things weren't perfect. But I've learned through experience that you just need to go ahead and present yourself the best in the best light possible and just keep moving forward. So I'm so excited to be here for a second time, Stephanie. Thanks so much for the invitation.
Absolutely. When I saw you start posting about your new book and I contacted you, like immediately, I was like, I got to have you on. I got to have you on. And
Yes.
things didn't kind of work. But I think the timing of everything always works out the way God intended for it to work out. So I am really excited because your book is available now. So we're going to talk a little bit about it. I did pull out actually, I was like, I need to reread your first book. Her first book was Skyrocket Your Success. Excellent. Like, I was just sitting here going back through it. When I took it out my bookcase, I was like, I need to take this book out and read it again, because I was getting inspired all over again when I started reading it. And I was like, okay, I need a couple of these. So I'm going to be putting this by my bed today instead of having it in my bookcase, but all my books are stored, because this is so amazing. So how does Skyrocket Your Success 2.0? What was your inspiration for writing another book? Because this one was chock full of wisdom. What was your inspiration behind the second book?
You know what? 1 second. I have this alarm. It's going off in the background. I don't know if you can hear it.
I can't hear it.
You can't hear it? Okay.
No.
Okay, good. So
No.
the inspiration behind Skyrocket Your Success 2.0 is the next step after Skyrocket Your Success. So my first book, Skyrocket Your Success, 10 Keys to Refocus, Reposition, and Reclaim Your Purpose. Now that you've refocused, you've repositioned, and you reclaim your purpose, the next step is to take your genius and monetize it and become a business owner. Now, this is not for everybody. I'm not saying everybody needs to be a business owner. Those that are called, those that know that's something that you've been wanting to do for so long and you've been putting it on the back burner. What I'm saying is, this is your time to move forward and to skyrocket your success. So that's what we talk about. We talk about everything mindset, because the mindset issues that I was having was the main thing that was stopping me. So in order to become an entrepreneur, and to transition from employee to entrepreneur. Now, the reason that I wrote this book is because I know there's so many professional women that are in corporate America. They feel stuck because they have goals that they want to accomplish, but maybe they're not motivated. Maybe they've been raising their family. Maybe, could have been a lot of different reasons. But what I do in this book is to motivate you and to give you action steps to move forward.
Okay, Shar, you shared generally what the book was about. And I was one of those people, like, for years, I worked as a nurse. And then, I thought that was all I could ever be or do, because, no one ever told you could actually do something other than be what the job that you were trained to do. Why do you think there's so many people stuck in their jobs that have passion to do other things?
I think this is what I say. And I probably said this in my first book. I'm pretty sure I did. Either this book or my book about procrastination. People are hypnotized by their 9 to 5. We get so caught up in daily routine. What feels comfortable feels good. I don't have to level up. Not saying that no one wants to level up, but just that, place where that you've got this under control. You don't have to expect something crazy or whatever. Your day-to-day routine, and it's easy. And so when you are feeling confident that you know what you're doing, and you don't want to just explore the unknown causes anxiety.
Yes.
Maybe you don't know the rules or the steps in order to become an entrepreneur or follow your dream. So you're comfortable. So you stay complacent in where you are, because that next level is going to challenge you. It's going to pull out things that, oh my God, I don't know how to do this. Or, anxiety about, can I afford to be an entrepreneur? There's so many things. Fear of success, fear of failure, So that's the reason why people they're anxious about it, because there's so many different factors when you're following your goals and dreams that come into play.
So some of, like, speaking into that, because I was one of those people that, was doing my job very comfortable. And when I started reaching out, when I started stepping out and doing, things outside of 9 to 5, which I was a nurse. I wasn't working 9 to 5, but the 9 to 5 paycheck, dependable, coming in every week. When I started doing that, other people thought it was really weird that I was doing that. And so, it didn't stop me, but it may stop somebody else. So what do you think are some of the things that stop, like, people who really are internally entrepreneurs that have that, they have that gift in them, they have that vision in them? What's stopping them from going for it?
Just like what you're saying, just that money, that money's going to come every week or every 2 weeks. That's a big thing. For me, that was like, okay, because when you become an entrepreneur, it's a very popular saying that, it's not even a saying, it's proven statistically that when you become an entrepreneur, some people don't make money for the first 2 to 3 years. And you want to be able to keep your same lifestyle. You don't want a drastic change. You don't want to be able to pay your bills and be confident that you can take care of your business, for your family or whatever you're doing. And then next month, you had a good month because you're an entrepreneur. You had a good month, a $10,000 month, then zilch, zero. So you want that consistency. It's because of that consistency, that safety net. So I think that the best way to transition is to do little by little while you're in corporate America. Some people are forced into entrepreneurship because they were laid off, or they, got fired, or, they were downsizing. And it's like, oh my God, I can't find a job in this market.
Right.
What can I do? They start to do things that they, work with their gifts and start monetizing their gifts. They're forced into that. I think that you can be more successful. Well, I wouldn't say more successful, because it just depends on the situation. Right. Someone that's in that situation that was maybe laid off and started their business, they can be successful. But I think that if you set a plan, write out your plan and set a plan, and you step by step, building it as you are keeping your 9 to 5, because you already know that like the back of your head. You're keeping your 9 to 5 and you're building as you grow. When you get to that level where you can ease into entrepreneurship, then I think that, may work better for a lot of people.
Like the stress is a lot lower too. Like, at least for me, like, I'm working on my business. I've been working on it since 2018. I told somebody that the other day, and I was like, gosh, I mean, like when I said 2018, I was like, that was a long time ago. I've been doing this a long time. But it really wasn't a long time. And the whole perspective of things is really not a long time, but just saying 2018. But like, that's, kind of was my, views that for me, like having a stable income just decreases that stress. And now I can pay those bills, because like sometimes a lot of times there are no sales, and you're, have that stress of pushing for sales or trying to like, get, do all that process. But then some people really thrive off that. So, that's, I don't thrive off that. I like a little bit of organization and planning. So, but everybody's different. I think this book, it seems like it will be able to help either way, whether you are pushed into entrepreneurship, or you're, easing your way in. So you have a 4-step system that you talk about in the book, and we're going to take a lot of time on this because this is really good, but you have to go to the book and get the book to get like the good. But we're going to I want Shar to kind of break this down a little bit to share with us the 4 steps to dominate entrepreneurship, because your girl is here with a pen, and I got my book.
Now, you know what? I just received my proof, so just in time. I got my proof.
I ordered mine.
Yes, I did see it come in yesterday. So since I have my proof, let me look into the proof and just kind of go over a brief synopsis on those 4 phases. The first phase is to assess and discover your zone of genius. Assess where you are and determine where you want to be. A lot of times, like I said, we're hypnotized by our 9 to 5. We don't realize all of the jewels and experiences and the knowledge and skills that we've gained over the past 10 years, 20 years. We really haven't sat down and assessed, what we can do, what value we can bring to as an entrepreneur or as an employee. I would say about 5 or 6 years ago, I wanted to update my resume. So I asked a coach. She was a employment coach to help me, to redo my resume. And as I started to list my skills, I'm like, wow,
I'm the
And
bomb.
yeah, like what I got it going on. Like, oh my God, I've sold because I've been in
Uh-oh, you got muted. There you go.
okay, sorry.
That's
My
okay.
9 to 5 is an insurance agent. I've been an insurance agent for over 23 years. And over that time, I know that I have assessed over millions of dollars in premiums for companies. So just the things that you have put into place, like one job, I was a supervisor. I created a system for follow-up. It's just like all these things that you've done that you don't even think about. But when you sit down, take time and assess, write down everything that you've done, grab your resume, ask your friends, ask your families, ask your colleagues, all the things that they think that is your zone of genius. Sit down with that and look at it and be like, is there a common theme there? Those things build value. And not only do you build value for your employer, you build value for entrepreneurship, if that's what you're meant to be. So that first phase is to assess and discover your zone of genius. Doing this assessment will help you discover where you shine. And then when you pick out where you shine, that's when you start coming up with these business ideas. What can I do to monetize my genius? So that's the first phase. Assess and discover your zone of genius. Phase 2, remove obstacles and build a champion mindset. So in everything in life, when you say you want to do something, trust me, there are going to be some obstacles that's going to come up. Let me tell you, when I first wrote Skyrocket Your Success, I was proud. This was my first self-published full book. So I was excited. Even though I was excited, I've learned since this time. This was my first book that I actually published. I'm a publisher as well. And so I was proud of the book, and I've actually won an award for the book too. So I was proud of my book, right? I kept saying I wanted to redo it. I wanted to redo the cover and just add some things that I've learned so that I can market it properly, because I want to take this book out to women's organizations. And so I kept putting it off because actually my life got really busy. I started having clients, and then throughout this time, so this book was published in 2019. Since then, I've been a part of like 4 anthologies, in addition to other stuff, working my 9 to 5, coaching, publishing other people. Time, it just got busy. So last year I sat down and said, I'm going to redo this book. And when I redid the book, not only because I thought I was going to redo it, this is a whole new book.
Wow.
It's a whole new book. And in this book, I have the framework that we've been talking about. But the second phase is to remove obstacles. So that's what I was talking about. Removing the obstacles of life getting in the way. So remove those obstacles and build a champion mindset. When you become an entrepreneur, when you want to become an entrepreneur, you're going to second guess yourself. The imposter syndrome was heavy.
Oh, yes.
In my mind.
Oh, yes.
What are you doing? Does somebody really want to hear you? Can you really help somebody? All these thoughts that come to our head, but we have to know our value. That's why I said assessing, writing down the value that you have. And even behind me, I don't know if you can see it a little bit, but I have some pictures up here. I created a mixed tile board of some of the things that I've done and some of the covers that I've had for magazines and my books and one of my clients.
That is a great idea. Actually, I was looking at that when I when you turn, like over here, I have like just some positivity stuff, and I was sitting there like looking at that. I was like, I should do that. Like I should do that reminder so I can have because I started like a little board over here, but I love that.
Just so you can look back and see, like, okay, when you're having that down day, that day you're feeling down, look
your wins.
Right, I'm winning here, and you
I
have to
love that.
What's in your head. You have to fight that negative thought. Just like you want to lose weight, just like you want to become healthy, you have to go and work out. You have to build your mental muscle. When you have those negative thoughts that come to your head, you have to say, not here, not today, not today.
Agreed.
I am going to win. So that is the second phase, to remove obstacles and develop a champion mindset. Now, phase 3 is to build your business and skyrocket your growth. So legally build a business. So we got gifts, sometimes you can just go ahead and start monetizing, but you want to become a legal business. You want to know what your tax status is. You want to know if you're going to, are you going to be an LLC? Are you going to be, whatever your tax status issue. So you want to, become a legal business. You want to get an EIN number. You want to open a bank account. So you want to do this legally, and you want to do everything and put all the systems that you need in your business in order so that you can grow. So that's phase 3. Phase 4 is to activate, maintain, and sustain your enterprise. So you're going to activate your God-given gifts and reign in entrepreneurship. You're going to create and cultivate a great company with a corporate culture, and you're going to learn to build your legacy. Obtain wealth, generational wealth. You want to set procedures in place, and you want to make sure that you are reaching your goals as a business. How do you maintain success? What do you do to keep going? And that's when I said sometimes people have a fear of success. When you get to that point where you're successful, it gets harder because you have to maintain that success. You can't just say, okay, I'm an overnight success. Okay, then you fall off. No, you have to keep growing and learning and, pruning your processes so that you become, successful and maintain that success in life. So those are the 4 steps: access and discover your zone of genius. Phase 2, remove obstacles and develop a champion mindset. Phase 3, build your business and skyrocket your growth. Phase 4, activate, maintain, and sustain your enterprise.
Oh my God. So that, I'm sitting here listening to them and I'm like, it sounds like something that could really happen, but like trying to do it takes time. How do you encourage people at this point in time who are maybe stuck in, stuck in stage 1? They're stuck in just writing down their, just writing it out, like assessing. And then they get to stage 2, and then like, what do you across the timeline? I know it looks different for everybody, but how do you stay encouraged through that timeline? Because that can be years, decades.
It could be years for somebody, months for somebody, weeks for somebody. We all have a different journey. And then comparing yourself. That's one thing I want to say. Don't compare your journey to someone else, because you have a specific journey. Your neighbor has a specific journey. We don't have the same journey. You could be looking at my stage 5. I could be on phase 4, but you're on phase 1. So you have to get people. First of all, you have to build a group of friends, of entrepreneurial friends, people that you can trust. You need to get coaching, get mentorship. That's what's going to help you to maintain your business and to go through those different phases. Coaching. Find someone that's doing what you want to do in excellence. You have to invest in your learning, invest in your processes. And that keeps you motivated too. If you have a coach, that you have to check in accountability, have accountability partners, and you have to constantly hone your craft, keep reading, keep learning, keep going to conferences, put yourself in rooms where you're not the smartest person. But the main thing I would say is to have those friends that are in the same process as you, and get a coach or a mentor to help you.
Those are great tips. Those are great tips, because some people too get distracted by not having like a support system around you that understands what you're going through. If all your friends are working 9 to 5 and then going home and watching The Bachelor, and and then getting up and doing 9 to 5, and you're going home and you're like me, like you're creating content, or you're teaching classes, or you're at an event selling products or something, and people you don't have people around you. Other people are saying like, why would you do that? Like, you're 55 years old. You should be sitting back and, and chilling. I'm like, no, this is like time for me to skyrocket. Finding those friends and groups. Do you have any suggestions for people who are looking for like coaches, or who are looking for, groups to kind of find those connections?
Yes. Let me just tell you this. I found my connections online with you. That first group that we were in, with Tori, just finding like-minded people that you connect with online. We've been connected since 2018. I mean, just like we've been connected since 2018. I found my coaches online, because because we have social media. You can check out the offerings that people have. You can tap into, like, if you see somebody that's doing what you want to do online, send them a DM. Build relationships. You can't be scared. If you want to move forward, you can't be scared and stuck. You don't have to even open up your mouth. Just open up an app and you can
Oh,
find your tribe.
that's really good, because I think most people think that they have to find this coach or find this. And it's like one step at a time, like DM
Right.
somebody who's doing something you're doing, to be honest, like I get inspired. Like one of my big inspirations is like Tabitha Brown. Like, and I think about like her
Yes.
story, because like, I was like, oh my gosh, she started off just showing videos of cooking. Like that's how she started. And now like I see where she's at. But like that was in, God's timing for her life and her mind and her, it may be the same for you. Like just taking, like she took that first step. I remember her saying that always, like when she's first started out, like someone told me to post that video of me eating that sandwich, and it blew up. And then after that, so it's just taking that one step of DMing that person, or,
Right.
contacting that individual, or taking a class, or,
Mhm.
any of those things, but definitely getting connected to people, like-minded people. That's been huge for me. That has been
Yes.
huge for me. Oh, Shar, I'm excited for this book to come out. When is the release going to happen?
Okay, so the ebook is going to be available February the 7th. The ebook is available February the 7th. And I just, like I said, 2 days ago, I got the paperback. So there are a few things that I have to fine tune. So this should be ready probably in about 2 to 3 weeks. Because
Okay.
once I submitted the changes to my formatter, and we're very close. So once I get those changes, I'm going to get another proof, review it, and then we're going to be good to go. So we're
I'm
very close.
excited. And where
February
can
the
they go
7th.
and pre-order?
Yes, you can pre-order on Amazon. You can actually
Oh,
go
okay.
to
Wow.
bits, so bit.ly/Skyrocket2. And it is on, if you can follow me on Instagram at QD Publishing. So Q like with Shar, D like Detroit Publishing. It's the first link in my bio. And you can pre-order your book. The pre-orders are only $3.99. You can pre-order and it will be delivered to your device on February the 7th.
Okay,
The
so
ebook.
and that's for the ebook, right? But if you
Yes.
want to buy the physical book, because like books like this, me personally, I like
Yeah.
to have books like this in paper so that I can write them, so that I can highlight, so that I can mark pages and where we'll back to.
And I want to tell you, I have at the end of each chapter, there are 3 questions
That's
and then
awesome.
there's space for you to answer the questions. Because I wanted this to be like a workbook. So they're like 3, there are places to write in here. I've asked questions, and there's a journal in the back.
Oh, that's
This book, yeah,
awesome.
that's why I'm so excited about this. And this is the basis for my coaching program, which I'm going to follow those 4 steps that we talked about today to help women, transition from employee to entrepreneur with success.
Oh my gosh, Shar, this is going to be so good. Well, I hope you guys get out and order your pre-order. I'm not sure when this podcast and video are going to be released. I'm hoping, February is next week.
Yeah.
So I will get it out so that you can get in and pre-order and be ready to get the digital copy and then get the physical copy, because I definitely have an idea. This is going to be very successful. It's going to help a lot of people. It's already helped me just talking to you and hearing you say these things, and just staying encouraged that, we're all on the, those of us who are on that journey of entrepreneurship, that we're not alone. And we have other people. Shar, thank you so much. This has been such a blessing. And you guys, make sure to go out and get your pre-order. And if this comes out after the pre-order, go out and get your ebook. And then order the actual physical book so you can answer the questions and have that available to market and go back to when you're feeling discouraged, or if you need guidance. So super excited. Yeah. Thank you, Shar.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Figure out how to stop recording. Okay. Oh, she left me.